If you live in Toronto, you need to run to Loblaws and get this right away. You're gonna get nothing, zero. You're gonna buy nothing at Loblaws because it's too expensive.
Canadians are fed up.
Your total is $250, okay?
$8 for 5 slices of turkey.
Are cheap groceries even possible? We're actually making this breakfast with an omelet, yogurt, waffles, even a smoothie, with items bought at an American dollar store, where there are more low-cost food options available. Because typically, you can't find food like this at a Canadian dollar store. But could that change? We're in Buffalo, New York, because believe it or not, a ton of grocery items, fresh and frozen and cheap, are available at dollar stores across the US.
Let's make some Dollar Tree gumbo.
Social media is buzzing with recipes made entirely with food bought at dollar stores.
You can make this 3-course date night dinner for just $15.
Prices start at $1.25. Cheese, bottles of milk, frozen fruit, with some, like frozen pizza and meats, maxing out at $5. I just got a ton of groceries at the Dollar Tree. It cost about $50 Canadian, but there is a lot of food in here. I got food for breakfast, lunches, dinners. I would say I have about 4 days worth of food here. It's a big help for shoppers like Joanne.
Name brand products, excellent. Frozen vegetables. I mean, I hear family that comes and runs here and gets stuff because it's cheaper than in the grocery stores.
And Queen.
My juices, cabinet items, pantry goods.
Here in Canada, you could probably find stuff like this macaroni at a Dollarama, but not things like this frozen asparagus or this cream cheese that we used here, which was $1.25 American at the Dollar Tree. Here in Canada, the comparable option we could find was about $2.50 Canadian or $3 Canadian. So I don't eat meat, but we found this frozen salmon for $5 American. The Dollar Tree also had bacon, sausage, whatever you want, really. Here in Canada, we found a similar salmon for $8 Canadian. Dollar stores are not typically grocery stores, but in Dollarama, you can find bread, soups, canned foods at a discount, in part because they limit brands. But they have no freezers, no fresh food, and no plans to expand their offerings. They didn't tell us why. 5 companies dominate Canada's grocery scene. Canada's Competition Bureau says more could help prices, including by allowing foreign chains into our market.
Canadians are just shopping differently. So they're looking at the grocers and saying, this is too expensive to me, for my family. So I'm going to channels where food is cheaper, like dollar stores.
Dalhousie's Sylvain Charlebois co-authored Canada's latest food price report. Families are spending $700 more a year. The biggest price jump was in bakery, meats, and vegetables.
Food inflation is just the tip of the iceberg. It's a problem, but the larger problem for Canadians is price volatility.
Prices are usually more predictable in dollar stores. But is supply? According to one investigation out of Halifax, Dollarama was prohibited from selling bread because it was too close to a Sobeys. In an email, Dollarama said it doesn't comment on its leases. Sobeys didn't respond to multiple requests. I'm in Minto, New Brunswick, about an hour and a half outside of Moncton, where the Great Canadian Dollar Store is trying to expand its grocery offerings to meet demand. It's nearly tripled since the pandemic. Could you show me some of the grocery offerings that you have?
Absolutely. So first off, we have our local potatoes. As you can see, we can't keep it full.
Belinda Hughes is with the Great Canadian Dollar Store. They're in smaller communities across Canada, with headquarters in New Brunswick. Just down from staple foods like beans and pasta, and the party favors and greeting cards.
So this is where we're expanding.
Fridges and freezers were installed 2 years ago.
We're trying to do our best, again, with the communities that we live in, to bring in the staple products. So starting here, right, and
meat, chicken burgers, okay.
Yeah.
59 stores have done this so far, selling frozen meats, cheeses, dairy, and it's new territory for stores like this. But Belinda says customers asked them to offer more. One big seller is bologna.
Flies off the shelf.
Wow.
The big stick bolognas, absolutely. In a Newfoundland store, we can't keep them.
So how does this dollar store do it? They buy bulk, as local as possible, and have high turnover of products, so prices can remain stable.
It's predictable. Yeah, we adjust our margins so we can keep those staple items that we know they need, the basic items, and we can adjust our margins with the other items that we have.
Prices are pretty comparable to the local Foodland, owned by Sobeys. Still, Belinda would like to expand beyond processed foods.
They may not be the healthiest, but then they can go to a grocery store and supplement that.
With the
Add
fruits
the
and
fresh,
veggies.
yes, the
Have
fresh
you
produce.
considered bringing in fresh produce?
We are. That's it. Yeah,
You
we're sourcing that
are?
as we speak.
But produce is harder to stock and sell.
You see, healthy categories like produce, all these categories, prices are incredibly volatile.
And that's the problem in Canada. It can be tough to find fresh food items at affordable prices.
And that person walks away from that thinking that that category is unaffordable for me and for my family. So price volatility is a killer for healthy lifestyles.
People want more options, more food in more stores that is healthy, priced fairly and predictably.